Oopsie. Hey, everyone. Forgot to unloop that for a second. Thanks for being here. Happy Friday, everyone. Hope you're having a great start to the weekend. It's a nice, beautiful day outside. Good time to be alive, to talk about action figures. Hey, everyone in the chat. Almond collects toys with Tank. Hey, Krieg. Skywarp is here. Hey, everyone. Chris Ace. How's it going? I seriously, legitimately appreciate everyone being here in the chat. So much. So much. So there's a few interesting things to talk about today. A couple fun things, but I put on the thumbnail, this is the Tobey Maguire Renaissance. Because there's a lot of these new figures being revealed. Hey, Venom. Oh, yeah. Wow, he just does whatever he wants. But yeah, a lot of Tobey stuff, but none of them are official. None of these figures are official, so it's kind of interesting. Hey, Silver Moon and Mr. Kiwi, thanks for coming in. So that plus a couple other really interesting stuff. So before I do get into that, I'm gonna be better about this, but Dorkcast, which this is right here, it's gonna be every Friday unless something else happens. Had to miss last week, but it is also available on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. If anyone's can't get yourself in front of YouTube video, or you want to just play without having to have it up. Yes, hi Nadia. Venom is ready for action. He always is. He absolutely is. He literally can't not be where I am, and that's okay. So the first other thing before I get into the toy news is this weekend, actually on Sunday, is the first ever Toy Tuber Expo. Anybody heard of that? Toy Tuber Expo. Oh, and my mom is in the chat. Everyone, please say hi to my mom in the chat. Thank you, everyone. Hi, Mom. Oh, Mattis with a super chat. Holy crap! Thanks so much. Can you do a toy hunt with Brett Olive? I don't know who Brett Olive is. I don't know who Brett is. I'm sure Brett could be a great dude. Maybe we're close by, but I don't know. Hey Brett, if you live near me and you want to stop by Latham, New York, go for it. Kind of a random place, but if you're watching on the stream, you can see Venom's little nose just poking up. Can you see? So the Toy Tuber Expo is coming on Sunday, and it's the first ever. This might be the first ever thing of its kind. Period. So it's coming up. It's in New Jersey, and I will be there. So here it is, the Toy Tuber Expo. Toy Tuber Expo is the premier showcase for action figure reviewers, customizers, and diehard figure fanatics. Whether you're into retro heroes, cutting-edge action figure collectibles, or behind-the-scenes sculpting secrets, this is where the toy community unboxes its passion. From exclusive figure reveals and deep dive reviews to panel discussions with top toy tubers and live collector battles. Whoa, okay, live collector battles? That sounds pretty cool. This event will be held at the Holiday Inn Hasbrook Heights Inn, which is in, let's see, where's the address? It's in New Jersey. August 17th, coming up, and I will be there. There's no address on this one. Let me pull up the one with me on it. Here I am. So, Holiday Inn Hasbrook Heights, 283 New Jersey, 17 Hasbrook Heights, New Jersey. So if anyone's in the area, I'll have my own little spot there. I have some new hats that I'll be selling. I'll be selling some Sirdork tchotchke stuff. Nadia will be there if you'd like to meet her in person too. And hey, Stubbs, it's good to see you, man. So that's happening. If anyone wants to go, it should be fun. I don't really know what to expect. So, but there's going to be, other people that you might probably recognize. Like D Amazing will be there. He's a great guy. And some other recognizable YouTube people. He lives in New York also, so it's not that much of a trek for him. So this will be the last time I am promoting this thing on this live podcast because it's in a couple days. And if anyone does decide to go, it would make me so happy to meet you. Like if you're nearby and you show up, I'm gonna be like, I'll probably be fanning out to see you more than anyone would be to see me, just because that's so cool. Venom's being a pain. So what do you say we get into the toy news? There's a little bit of some toy news. There always is, but there's some interesting reveals. No like typical like Hasbro reveals, that kind of stuff, but just like some weird random stuff coming out. So the one thing I want to first talk about is this. So if you live in the States or Canada, probably, Walmart has this brand new type of display called Spark Your Collection. And how cool is this? Chef Mario. Yes, I definitely remember you. Honestly, it's kind of hard to forget Chef Mario. And a Nails You, thanks for coming in. So look at this display. So they've got a bunch of really good looking stuff. So this is all like Hasbro. There's all these Marvel Legends over here, all these G.I. Joes and Transformers, and they got these big dioramas on top. Like, look at, there's these, it's so cool. Like, look how cool these look. There's like actual dioramas up there with these figures are posed. G.I. Joe one right here. So if you're not looking at this, there are these dioramas on top that are in these like plastic bubbles, you know, which is, it's cool. There's a G.I. Joe one here, and then all these Marvel Legends. There's like some older stuff. There's all the Fantastic Four. There's these carded retro Spider-Man like Rhino and Sandman, J. Jonah Jameson. There's the skull looking guy, Gamerverse Spider-Man. There's figures from Thunderbolts, G.I. Joe guy with the dog. That's Christopher Law, Levine, and Order. That's pretty funny. A Gamerverse with the War Machine and Omega Red. All these cool displays. And then there's a Star Wars spot with those Revenge of the Sith carded figures. Aayla Secura, Magna Guard. I'm picking them up if I see them. And the new Halloween one. And then that display. Like, this is cool, right? And I'm just thinking, like, wow, this is a lot. Like, this is all Hasbro. First of all, I wonder how much Hasbro had to fork over to get this type of space in Walmart. This must be incredibly expensive for Hasbro to do that. You know, it's a giant ad, you know? It's just, it's cool. So I haven't seen any of these in the wild yet. If you watched my last toy hunt, I saw a little section that looked like it was going to be this. It was empty. And I ended up being correct. Someone in my area sent me a photo of it, and like, here it is, right in the one you checked. And I was like, I knew it. Iman, I see you in there. And Substream Dreams, welcome. Thank you for being here, you guys. Sub 10 Dreams. I appreciate you guys so much. And I have another. Oh, hang on, spoiler. This is another photo of it, and it seems to be not just Hasbro too, because there's Mattel stuff over here. So there's Hot Wheels and Match of the Universe, WWE, and Barbie on the other side too. Wow, there's some big G.I. Joe. There's one of those G.I. Joe cars down there. Thank you to the moderator who just is helping me out in the chat. I appreciate that. Has anyone seen these in there yet? Anybody? In the live chat, have you seen this in your local Walmart yet? Either way, I just think it's cool to see this. It seems to me like companies, big places like Walmart, are recognizing the value that adult collectors bring, because how much of their money they'll they'll spend. So I think they're seeing this. So hopefully this is just the beginning of more attention that stuff like this will be getting. And we'll be getting stuff like this a lot, you know, and more figures, and just, I don't know, things will become more available. Hey, Ben. Welcome, Ben. Runaway Brick says no. He goes to Target more. Runaway Brick says Walmart sees the profit. I mean, they're a business after all. That's the whole point of their store existing. So that's If they see the value there, they're gonna do it. So that's pretty cool. Whoa, Concha, you found a Skeledirge at your Target? What? Okay, that's pretty cool. So Vicious Soldier says, I wonder, since they know they're going for the adults, obviously prices will rise even more. It makes me think of the adult Lego collectors, how one person says they're raising the prices too much. Yeah, I bet you. I'm sure that'll happen. Sure that'll happen. Well, that's pretty cool. That's one of the toy news. It's not necessarily, well, I guess it is kind of news because I'm sure a lot of Walmarts don't even have that yet. All right. So the next bit of toy news. So last episode, I talked about this new brand called LPZZ. So here's an example of it. And that Deathstroke was one of the ones I saw. And I had a photo of it, and I was like, wow, this looks amazing. So it's out on pre-order. This Deathstroke is out on pre-order right now for $75. I saw it on Toys Metaverse for $75, which, all things considered, it seems like a pretty dang good price. Under 100 for something like this. So it's 1/12 scale. It looks absolutely wild. So this pose means your articulation's looking really good. Look at that face sculpt. Oh my god. I mean, it's based off of the Arkham Origins. Oh, sorry, this is Arkham Knight, but I mean, it's the same outfit he wore in that game too. But that looks amazing. There's so much detail in the paint. He comes with all these guns and swords and hands and extra stuff, and he's got like his big rat tail is articulated. Wow, does it look great? Chef Mario says it looks expensive. Well, it's $75, which for what you're getting is a very good price. This is way less than a Mayfix, or if a Figuarts was coming out with all this stuff, it's way more affordable with all this stuff. And just the quality is there. Oh my god. Just look at if you're not watching and you're listening, these photos are insane. Everything, the poses that these things, look at this pose. This pose is insane. Man. J Toy says Deathstroke is just a serious Deadpool. I mean, Deadpool is derivative of Deathstroke. Wasn't it the same creator, right? I don't know. So Cosmic Spino, I see you throwing in the questions in the chat. I'm gonna do a Q&A at the end of the live stream. So if you have any questions, I'll definitely answer all of that. Wow, there's just so many photos of different poses here, and they all look so good. So it's coming. It's coming. And so another thing about this brand, this LPZZ, which before this, I've never really heard of. This is the same photos that I brought up last week. And so these are Hush Batman and Superman, LPZZ, same brand. They're prototypes though, so there's no paint or anything. And so 5K Toys, apparently, so if you're familiar with 5K Toys, they're a toy store, and they sell a lot of like unlicensed third-party stuff and like weird kinds of figures. They apparently have some type of inside source, and so they have 3 things that they said, this is what we can share. 5K Toys will carry this brand new toy line. So you'll be able to buy them on 5K Toys. That's good. Runaway Brick says, you should buy it, Sirdork. Yes, I will absolutely. These 3 figures, yes. The Arkham Knight Batman, though, probably not. I'm not really interested. But the Deathstroke and these 2 figures, oh my god, yes. No Chewing's here, and he's already got Deathstroke on pre-order. Actually, I have not yet. What's the deal? I'm going to see if Calcus can get me one. Calcus will probably get it. But unlike Mayfix, it is a super affordable series that does not compromise on quality. Super affordable. This is one word, hyphenated. Super affordable series. So that's interesting. Cosmic Spinal, Arkham Knight is easily my favorite Batman. Interesting. The Arkham Knight suit is like one of my least favorites. I don't know what it is about it. I just don't really like that suit. It's so weird. But So they'll be affordable. So if that Deathstroke is 75, I would only imagine these being even the same or a little less, because I don't know, that Deathstroke had a lot more going on than these figures do. And the last thing says currently pending licensor approval. More details coming soon. So that's not really a whole lot of info, to be honest. If they're going to be super affordable, I'm assuming $75. So that's cool, I guess. So we'll see. And these absolutely look better than a Mafex, or the Mafex versions of these, you know? HPO collects. I'm going to get to that soon. Yeah, I'm in. I'm in. Very, very cool. And it's so weird seeing like InArt and LPZZ and these other brands are like coming in and be like, guys, Mafex and Figuarts are squeezing you. We're gonna give you some great stuff, and we're gonna be cheaper. They're and then so maybe Mafex and Figuarts, they can, more competition means better prices for us and maybe better quality too. So that's just great. Lucian says, I wish bat ears were a little longer. See, that's one of the things I like about the Hush design is the short bat ears. I really like the short bat ears. One of the reasons why I love Ben Affleck's Batman too. So there's one other LPZZ news to share. And I mean, this is all right up my alley. Like, I am just like, this is all, well, whoa, that's a cool new thing. Anyway, so this right here is, so thank you for Kenisu Collectors who posted this. LPCC Batman BVS version, Batman versus Superman, which, as if you know me, you know that I like this movie a lot, and I like these versions of the characters. So, man. So we've got this Batfleck. Okay, so first of all, that face sculpt is absolutely wild. It's incredible. That's so good. And so this is the only photo that I've been able to find, and it looks quite amazing. And it's got a wired cloth cape, so that's good to know. That's really, really good to know. So, yeah, Toys with Tanks says that's a good head sculpt. Yeah. Hi, Guillermo. Thanks for coming. Is it the real Guillermo del Toro? If it is, then I'm a big fan. Thanks for making Pacific Rim. So this LPZZ brand has got my attention so much. I'm like very, very excited. So I really hope, I really, really hope that they, I don't know, they're as good as I'm thinking they'll be, right? Like, how crazy is this? Hey, League, thanks for coming in. Hope you're doing great. And you know, if LPZZ is doing this Batfleck VVS, we're probably getting a Henry Superman, right? I mean, probably, and it's officially licensed too, which excites me. You know, very, very exciting. All right, what else do I have for toy news here? Besides the LPZZ, that's mostly it. Besides the Spiderman stuff. So the only other thing, and this is news to me because I'm new to this, to the dinosaurs, but. So this colossal line that Mattel is doing. So I did the colossal T-Rex, which I thought was really cool. And they've done other colossals. I'm realizing now. There was the Allosaurus and stuff. So the Jurassic Park 3 Spinosaurus is also getting the colossal treatment. And this looks cool. And this one does come with minis. So you can put those minis in his mouth and he will poop them out. Like I did with the Pikachu in the video I did. Big Spino. Yes, Runaway Bricks. You got it. Big's Pino. So I don't think I will pick it up because, I mean, the fact that it's huge is very cool to me, but I'm very happy with the Hammond one, so I don't really feel the need to get the colossal version. Plus, the articulation isn't really there with these. Sub 10 Dreams. I see you, my friend. I see you. And so also there's also this Costco figure, exclusive colossal Jurassic World figure. And this is the Atrociraptor, which I don't remember which raptor it is that is this, but So Collect Jurassic, which is a great dinosaur figure account if you want to follow them. They said 3 big booms for Costco's exclusive Total Super Colossal Atrociraptor, now available online and in store. Pick via Jurassic Map. Feels like I've been waiting years, but so it's $54.99. Seems reasonable. And he looks cool. So this is just another giant dino, which I think these are cool. I think these are really cool. And actually, you know what? Something else that this Collect Jurassic posted that I'm gonna bring up. So anyone who's been looking for that Spinosaurus Hammond collection, apparently it's up on Amazon now. It's been very hard to find. So now available on Amazon. Hammond Collection Spinosaurus from Jurassic Park 3 is now available for shipping on Amazon. So that's exciting. If you have not picked that up, go right now. Go to Amazon and search for it. Or just go to Collect Jurassic Instagram. He's got the link in his bio. It's probably an affiliate link, so he'll probably make a buck off of it. So pretty cool. Pretty cool. Yes, go figure go. Costco exclusive? What? We're getting a Costco over in Albany. So that's interesting. I've never been to Costco before. Max says, can you imagine a Hammond Collection Mosasaur? I don't even know which the Mosasaur is. I'm sure if it's out there, and it'll be Hammond collectioned eventually. I'm sure it will be. Okay, well, I want to talk about the main topic. Domesticated Caveman says, oh, Jared, you're going to love Costco. Really? Am I really going to love Costco? Is it like BJ's? Because we have BJ's and Sam's Club. Is it like the same? Or am I being naive? Yes, Nadia, we will definitely be going to Costco when it opens in Albs. Yeah, you need a membership. Maybe I'll go there for the toy hunts and stuff. Okay, so the main topic I want to talk about is this random renaissance of figures from the Tobey Maguire / Sam Raimi Spider-Man verse. What would you call that? The Raimi verse? Early 2000s Spider-Man? Like what would you call that? And it's really interesting to me because there's so much nostalgia for that. Anyone that's from my generation, which is what I'm a millennial. I was born in 92. So anyone around my time say, who's your favorite Spider-Man? Oh, Tobey. Oh, Tobey always. And that's pretty much always what I hear. And it's because of that, I'm more flabbergasted on how little Tobey Maguire modern action figures there are. Yes, there have been some new ones. There's been the No Way Home stuff. You know, there's been some Marvel Legends, Mayfix, and Figure Arts. That's great. But that's just from the newer movie. And okay, some people are saying Andrew is mine. Yeah, you know what? All right, he's great. But the nostalgia for me is absolutely for Tobey. But I'm thinking like there's so many opportunities for action figures from those movies. There's so many of them. And then Hasbro did do the black suit version. That's great. And there's the CT toys. Okay, there's a couple. CT toys is bootleg, so that doesn't count. So there's 3 unlicensed figures from the Tobey verse, Mr. Kiwi. 3 unlicensed figures coming out. That's just so cool. And every time I see them, I'm like, awesome. And other people seem to be really hyped, which just makes me think, why is Hasbro not taking advantage of this more? Is there some type of licensing that needs to be cleared up for that to happen? Like, is there something that's getting in the way? Is there still some weird Toy Biz type of licensing agreement that is still locked in and they're not allowed to because of that? You know, what's going on? I'm so curious about why. So there are 3 figures here, and I've talked about some of them before. So where is it? Here it is. So this is the first one. Hang on a sec. So the first one I did talk about on one of the other ones. This is the human spider, where the Amazing Spider-Man, you know, from the wrestling match where he fights Randy Savage. So this is pretty cool. It's by Ramad Custom 112 Wrestler Spider Human. Wrestler Spider Human. I don't know why they just call it the Human Spider. You know? Okay, and Idono says only 20? It's not only 20. They put the initial deposit you have to put down first. So the full price is $70 US. So you'll put down a $20 deposit and then $50 when it ships. So and it looks great, right? Like, look at this. The face is not so great. The face is okay. And it does have a normal Tobey face. And he's got, the gloves. It looks just like the first suit that he wears for that, I missed the part where that's my problem. You know what I mean? Mr. Feast of Dreams. Dude, come on. What are you doing, man? So this is so cool. And like, this is another thing that's like, why is Hasbro not taking advantage of this? This would be, I could see this figure being put out and being impossible to find, like impossible, because it'd be so 2-minute Tobey. He was supposed to last 3 minutes and you put him down in 2. Man, I need to watch that movie again. So this is so great. And I'm thinking, like, why this Marvel Legends figure would be huge. It would go absolutely nuts. And I'm just thinking, why does a third party unlicensed company have to do it? Just so weird. Maybe they're planning on it. Maybe it's in the pipeline or something. So the other thing is this one here, which is actually 2 figures. And I did talk about this one already as well. And so this one is, it looks okay. I don't know if I'm going to get this one yet. So this is by We Like Toys, which I don't think I've gotten anything from them before. This is another unlicensed figure. We Like Toys, red and black spider. Oh, it's a set. You can't buy them individually. Oh. You just get both of them. Interesting. Okay. So this is Toys Metaverse, by the way. This is the website that I have up on the screen. This is the main website I go to first when it comes to these unlicensed figures, bootlegs, third party, whatever you want to call it. And it's not Silver Moon. It's not $50 for the 2 figures. The way they do it is they put the original, the initial deposit price first. So total, it's $150. So it's 75 bucks each. Sorry. So you put down 50 for the deposit and then you get 100. You put 100 down afterwards. So that's kind of cool. I didn't realize it was a bundle. And so a lot of times they will blur out the really, what's the word I'm looking for? The property faces or IP logos and symbols that will get caught in algorithms that will make this, like somebody like Disney take this down, which is funny. So the faces are blurred out on the photos, but this is cool. It looks like Tobey Maguire Spider-Man. There's a red and blue and there's a black version, which is great. And it's got the soft goods on here. It's got all these webs of effects or whatever. These poses are kind of not so great. I don't know. They look okay. That's pretty good. So articulation, I'm sure, will be fine. Really cool. Really, really cool. So as far as Hasbro is concerned and Marvel Legends, they've done this. I know there's a lot of people that say, no, it's got the different face because his face looks different in No Way Home versus the way he did in the original movies, which I never would have known that. So that doesn't really bother me. But yes. Go Figure Go says, why pre-order deposit? A lot of these companies do this because it's like a Kickstarter. The deposit is to get it started, you upfront from the ground up. Yeah, maybe you're right. Maybe you're right. When I see that, the main reason is like, well, if you put a deposit down, it makes you more likely to follow through and buy it instead of canceling it before you get it. And yeah, I'm sure that enough people cancel pre-orders, it could screw them up a little bit. So it makes you want to it gives you an incentive to follow through with your price or with your order and not cancel it. Rosebud, I'm doing great. How are you today? Alexi says, because my wallet is fear of me, Sirdork. Yes, I'm sure your wallet is afraid right now. I totally get it. So the next thing, which this is the newest reveal. This one just got revealed, I don't know, yesterday or something. The next thing, which this is something that I also really am thinking, like, where are the figures on this? Why is Hasbro not doing this? So this is Venom. No, Venom, not you. This is Venom from Spider-Man 3. And this is from Sawtooth Toys, which I don't have any experience with them either. Sawtooth Toys, 6-inch studio. Oh, this is a collab between Sawtooth Toys and 6-inch studio. 1/12 scale symbiotic variant action figure. Oh my goodness gracious. Oh, okay. So the sorry, I'm getting distracted. Live chat's going a little wild. But this is Venom. This is the Topher Grace Venom figure. And that's pretty cool, right? He looks really cool. And I love this photo here. This just looks like the way Mezco does their photo, like with the with the accessories and stuff. It's like the exact same thing as that. And it looks cool. It looks a little bit too muscular, I think, for the oh my goodness. All right, I need to, why is it not? Whatever. But it looks a little too muscular, right? Like, I feel like Topher Grace's Venom was a little bit thinner than this, or maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm wrong. But he looks good. That face looks fantastic, right? I mean, when I think about this Venom version of Venom, it's definitely not the coolest version of Venom, but there's a soft spot for him because, I mean, when I saw this movie in theaters, I thought it was so freaking cool, you know? So this figure looks great. So let's see. This guy is a deposit of $20, and then you have to pay. So it's only $63, which is pretty cheap. You get 3 face sculpts. You get a closed mouth, a tongue mouth, and then an open mouth. And it looks like you can also just wait. No. You only get 2 faces. You can just remove the tongue. It looks like. It doesn't look like it's a separate thing. Man, it's really weird. Hippo collects for some reason. Oh, cool. All right, there we go. So I don't know. I'm very curious to what everyone is thinking about this because I think this is like freaking awesome. Really freaking cool. And another thing, I'm like, why is this not being made? It just seems like there's so much money. But maybe it's going to happen soon. We've gotten the one recently with the black suit. I don't know. I'm curious. Why do you guys think that this is not being made by an official thing yet? Like, I could see Hot Toys doing this. If Hot Toys did a Spider-Man 3 line, those would sell so much. Right? And there's other villains, too, that could be done as well. I mean, yeah, there was the Sandman from the No Way Home, right? Which is interesting. They could do the Hobgoblin and Green Goblin. Like, was James Franco's Green Goblin technically a Hobgoblin? Yes. Yes. Hot Toys are 1/6, but still, like, as far as just official Spider-Man 3 figures go, or there's not a lot of it. Where's if Hot Toys did these, they would sell out like crazy. Very, very interesting. Cosmic Spino, no way. It's such a coincidence that your cat's name is Venom and your cat's name is Eddie. No way. Okay, that is cool. That is so cool. And Nilla too. Nilla Grilla says I would love to see a Mafex do modern. Yeah, right? So weird. So weird. So I don't know. That's just something that I'm gonna ponder about until it happens, and I'm sure it probably will happen. But that's really all I have to share about that today. Is there any other toy news that's happened in the last week or so that I missed that's like really significant? Because I don't think there's anything else. David Lontine. Hot Toys should do a Grimace. Should they just do Grimace, or are they going to do the whole McDonald verse, the Ronald verse? The Mortal Kombat McFarlane. I have talked about them pretty extensively, but they did go up on pre-order, which I did go and grab those guys. Lucian, they are Moomy G aware figures. I don't even know what you're talking about. Vista Soldier says Dr. Doom Marvel Legends figure. I've been looking for the Dr. Doom. Yes, the Dr. Doom and that Ghost Rider went up, but those are re-releases, right? Right. Interesting. Oh, gotcha. Guar figures. Interesting. I don't know. I have no idea. Okay, well, I'm gonna get into the top 10 because there's man, the top 10 toy photography is always so much fun, but there is like, I feel like all of the stuff that I've been seeing and I saved for the top 10 this time is just crazy. It's wild. There's so many incredible photos. So coming right up, and Nadia, I think you're gonna like this one. So the first shot is right here on the top 10. So also, if you ever want a photo, if you do toy photography and you would like one of your photos to be featured on the top 10 on this live stream, all you have to do is just post your photo on Instagram, tag me in it, and use hashtag Sirdork top 10. That's all you have to do. That's all you got to do. That's literally all you got to do. So please go ahead and do it. There's only, I mean, I feel like I get tagged in so many photos all the time, but it's very rare when Sirdork top 10 is one of the things. So this shot is from Harker's Insta. Harkers.insta. It says, may your roles be forever in your favor. And this is really cool. So we've got Luke Skywalker, and he's standing on a table or something, and he's just surrounded by different dice, and he's got all these like D20 and a D4 and 6 and like the normal like set, and he's floating them with the Force, and they're green. They match his lightsaber. And this is really cool. I really like this photo a lot. Like I saw this and I was like, wow, that is so cool. And I don't know if this was purposeful or whatever, but Harker's Insta, this style of the dice, they kind of look like holocrons, right? They kind of look like Jedi holocrons. Obviously the triangular one looks like a holocron, right? And I almost want to copy Harker and do this because this looks so fun. This looks so good. Ow, Venom. See you later, buddy. So I really like this. I think this is so simple. I was right. Easy. But it's sometimes the simple things, simple ideas that are well executed. Just a good idea. Max says, would you accept Doctor Who photos? That's kind of my thing. There's nothing I won't. I mean, okay, that's not true. Yes, of course I'll accept a Doctor Who photo. It's so, to be completely honest, the way I will decide something top 10 is just creativity, like a creative idea, and just like how awesome the photo looks. And I'm not gonna lie, sometimes I will be biased to properties that I love. Like if I see a Star Wars photo, it's gonna be easier for me to love it versus the Doctor Who, because I don't know Doctor Who very well. But if I see a photo that just looks amazing, I don't care what it is, I'm gonna want to add it because, you know, rated G for good. But the only things I won't add is if there's like drugs or something in it, or just something that I don't think will be appropriate for me to show to everyone on my YouTube channel, then I won't want to accept it. So anyway, this is from Harker's Insta. Really amazing. Really, really amazing. So this is from Slow Dancer, ___. Slow Dancer __. And this is something that, this is another one I probably have, because of my own bias, I was like, oh yeah. Oh yeah. TWC, I see you in the chat, says, yo, Sirdork, I have a question. I'll do the Q&A pretty soon. So if you have a question, throw it in soon, and I will do it. But this is a photo that gets me because I'm a sucker for Superman, sucker for Henry Cavill Superman, and this scene. This is one of the most beautiful Superman shots in anything. Is this when you Superman puts his black suit on in Zack Snyder's Justice League, and he's like, he's the sunlight hitting him, and he's like looking at the world, and it's so cool. This is such a cool shot, and so that's what this is a recreation of. And this looked like a big Superman collab that happened, and this is just like so a beautiful recreation of that. And I've seen some other people recreate it, and they all look great. But when I saw this one, it really got me. I was like, man, this is super cool, super cool. And like the way the lighting is done. So clearly this is like, I don't know, maybe he used a computer screen or he superimposed it or whatever, but it looks really good. Looks really good. And this looks like he used the Mafex Superman, which I've gotten also. Maybe. No, I think that is what this is. So anyway, Slow Dancer. Awesome. Really awesome photo. This is from Captain Toy Photo. Like, how freaking cool is this? This photo is incredible. Ever try punching a sandstorm? So we've got Spider-Man, and he's in all of this sand, and Sandman is in this behind him, and the colors are incredible. So Spider-Man, the blue and red on Spider-Man pops so much with all of the brown from the sand, and all of the flying sand all over the place in the foreground, the background. It's so crisp and clean, and he's just covered. I'm sure this Spider-Man figure, I don't want to say ruined, but there's probably still some sand in the joints, but I've been there. Like, this is such a amazing photo by Captain Toy Photo, but it's like Captain Toy Photo. And he straight up did this on the beach. Look at him go. That's amazing. And then there's the result. And the clear blue sky. So Krieg says, it's a shame. This is the first time I've seen this one. It's so good. Right? Oh, what an amazing photo. So one of the things about this photo that I love is it's the things that I want to always achieve with my own photos are like, I don't want anyone to be convinced that this is, oh, that looks real. It doesn't even look like a toy. No, I don't want that. I just want the photo to look like I was outside having fun with my figures, and it looks cool, and it looks fun, and looks wow. And this is like, this looks, it's down in the dirt, looks like he was playing with this, it's tangible, and I love that about this. It's just so good. So Captain Toy Photo, really amazing job. Like, this is a stopper. Like, you would be scrolling like, whoa, this is gonna make you stop scrolling. And the fact that he just straight up did this on the beach is incredible. With a Lightning McQueen bucket, by the way. Next photo on the list is from Appertoy. Cool it, Johnny. This photo made me giggle very, very much when I saw this. And I was like, this is clever. Okay, so we've got the Marvel Legends. It's the Thing and the Human Torch, but it looks like, okay, so, and also what's happening is the Thing is grabbing Human Torch by the ankles and dipping him in a glass of water to put him out, and what he must have done, Appertoy, is he must have popped the Johnny Storm and Human Torch separate Marvel Legends figures and then put them together. So the top half is the flame off version of Johnny Storm, and the bottom half, waist down, is the flame version. And so he's dunking it in the water, and he's been put out. It's just so, the photo itself is, yes, it's very simple, but the idea is so clever. It's so clever. And like, that is the most important thing in a photo, in my opinion. It's just like the creative idea is all you need. And if you have a good idea, it doesn't matter what kind of equipment or what you have. It's just if the idea is really clever and you get the idea across in the photo, It's just like, man, my mom says that flame looks like a ghost. What do you mean? Like the flame? Did you even see the Fantastic Four movie? This is such a cool Apertoy. Really great job. Apertoy, it pumps out photos too, by the way. He probably posts photos like every day. It's crazy. Hi, Crystal. I see you. I see you there. Thanks for coming in the chat. And J Toy Photography. Hey, man. Hi, Sirdork. Great vid. I'll see you soon, man. Thank you for the super chat. That's incredibly kind of you, man. That's so kind of you. And all the smoke too, like coming out of the water, like it's like sizzling. So great. Good job, Apertoy. Coming up next, this is from Pedro Mendez Miniature, and this is just so cool. This is just so like whimsical, and like I love this. Like, look at this. This there's a whole story here that I want to know more about. Like, what's happened? Like, why is this happening? Like, what? This is just so cool. So so what this photo is of, and this is practical, by the way, everyone. There's Crimson Typhoon, the giant Jaeger mech from Pacific Rim, the giant 100-story tall robot, standing, and it's in this abandoned city, and it's covered in all this moss and overgrowth, like as if it's been standing there for like years, and it's been just abandoned, and the city is destroyed, and there's these two people in the foreground just standing there looking at it, and it's so cool, and it's so bright and colorful, right? It's just like, oh god, this is just so cool. And if we swipe, there's highlights on the details, there's the people, and this is actually a much wider photo. And so this is it right here. This is all in camera. Like, this is so cool. And the way that he has the Jaeger posed is it looks like, shoulders are down, like it's just like slouching, like nobody's been in there for so long, and it's just like standing there, like, oh, how cool is this? Yeah, Runaway Brick said it's even cooler with the moss. Yeah, because all the overgrowth and stuff, right? This must have taken a long time. There's just whatever diorama this is awesome, and I want it for myself. Like, this is so cool. But man, like, how freaking incredible is this photo? So inspiring. Domesticated Caveman says it's ridiculously good. Ridiculously. Noob Retro says, I heard Ryan Gosling is playing Ghost Rider. If so, the action figures will be insane. Huh. Okay, that's cool. I'd be down for that. I like Ryan Gosling a lot. Whew. League of Extraordinary Sixers says, I hope to be this good one day. Well, first of all, League of Extraordinary Sixers, you are. And even if I think about this, like, man, I would never be able to accomplish this quite like this. And that's not because, I'm not as good or something, but it's because everyone's got there's a very specific style to this photo. Like, this is something, even if I wanted to create something like this, it would look nothing like it because my style is different. I don't know. Crazy. And this photo only has 29 likes, by the way. What is the deal? What is the deal? Anyway, Pedro Mendez Miniature. Awesome. Really awesome work. This is from Rilla Collectibles. I thought this was just really cool and really well done. I mean, it's pretty brutal. And I like this. It's weird. I'm kind of hypocritical. I'm like, make sure it's family friendly. I only want to do family friendly stuff on this channel. And this is the most horrific, gory scene ever. So Wolverine is, this is a photo from above, looking straight down at Wolverine as he's shouting up into the sky. And then all around him is blood. There's just so much blood everywhere. And there's all of these other superheroes sliced up. Deadpool and Iron Man, Spider-Man, Captain America, and Ant-Man. And they're all sliced up. And there's blood everywhere. It's pretty horrific, but it's really cool. It's just like really well done. It's really well placed. Everything is like the composition and the framing is great. Everything is fitting, Runaway Brick says the sky is raining ketchup and they are having naps. There you go. That's the family friendly version. Also, Chef Mario has a good point. Says there has to be a little bit of flour mixed in the blood so it can look like real guts. That's true because it does look very thick, doesn't it? Does look very thick. Wow, there's even like guts and stuff there. I wonder if this is the CT Toys. Crazy, right? What a great shot. And this was also a big collab with Action Figure Maniacs. Pose is good. Another great shot. So Rilla Collectibles. This is really good. Really good. All right. So coming up next this is from Toys Photo Lens. You know, I saw this shot and I was like, you know what? Hell yeah. Those are my favorite comments, you know, to just say, you know what? Hell yeah. So this is just Rex. He's standing there like a BA. There's an explosion going on behind him that just looks so good. And I saw this photo by Toys Photo Lens, and I was like, you know what? Hell yeah. No. When I saw it, it reminded me of me. It's like, you know what? This is something I would love to do. Something I would like to do. I love this. This is just super cool. And this was probably so much fun to do. Sub 10 dreams. That's incredibly nice of you to say. Thank you for thank you for being here and watching. And you know, the fact that it's with Rex, you know, it's my favorite clone too. Most people's favorite clone. Hey Zach, thanks for coming in, dude. And you know, the explosion looks good. Clearly, it's very practical, using fireworks, being outside, out in the elements. That's just so much fun. So Toys Photo Lens, I saw your shot and I was like, yeah. I was like, you know what? Hell yeah. Coming up next is from R. Shannon Snapshots. My name is Barry Allen, and I am the fastest man alive. I really like this. So this is just, you know, the Flash running fast. It's a very side-scrolly type of angle, and there's motion blur. But what I really liked about this photo is the lighting's cool because it feels very Speed Forcey, right? But the confetti, like there's paper confetti as like a little trail behind him. And that is just really cool and unique that like I would never think of doing this as like an effect, as like a trail for running like for the Flash running behind. And I thought that was really cool. It looks really good. And it looks practical too. Like he just sprinkled that. And or R. Shannon, he or she, I don't know. I just thought this was very unique, and it really does get the point across of like a little trail, right? Runaway Brick says the Flash needs windshield wipers to wipe the bugs off his face when he's running. That's pretty reasonable, actually. Or he's probably running so fast, actually, that even if bugs do hit him, they're probably instantly being vaporized because of just how fast he's going. It's Joker having him play 52 pickup. There's exactly 52 pieces here. No, R. Shannon's here in the chat. Thanks for being here. And he had to cut all of those too. Well, great job, R. Shannon. Great job. You did a really great, really great job. It's kind of okay. Just think about the boys when A-Train would accidentally run into somebody. You know, think about what he would do to a bug, if you know, versus what A-Train does when he hits a person. You know, or he would, you know, or actually, New Retro said he would probably just phase through the bugs. That's probably what you're right. I think you're right. All right, and I think we're coming up to the last. Is this the last one? This is from 97 Parsecs Photography. This photo is so freaking cool. Well, first of all, I think it's awesome because it's The Walking Dead, and there's not a lot of Walking Dead stuff as far as toy photography. And so we've got Norman Reedus, aka Daryl Dixon, and this just incredible scene. He's got this really great pose. He's got his crossbow, and he's like, "Come on." That's my Daryl impression. Rick, come on, dog. And he's surrounded by skeletons, and there's a horse behind him. It's just so cool. And this is all set up in camera. So this is the raw photo. And then the edit is so good. This is from Hiya Toys, by the way. This Daryl Dixon. I kind of want this Hiya Toys. Thank you for the love on my impression. I think that's actually a pretty good Daryl impression, by the way. Mario, you thought that was Snape? How did that? What? I mean, I guess a little bit. If you squint, if Professor Snape had a crossbow. Silver says looks rad. Love the angle. Composition really feels like it could be a poster of some kind. It is. You're so right. The fact that it like the entire photo is filled up. Like there's nothing with any space being unutilized perfectly. You know, oh God, it's so good. So freaking good. Hi, Venom. Hi. 97 parsecs. Great job. So good. And I think this is the last one. This is from Krieg. And Krieg, I don't know if you're still here in the chat. Krieg Toy Photography. The left hand is out of position, so I tried to repose and reshoot, but couldn't get the fireworks bloom like this in the shot. Who cares? Dude, the shot's awesome. Who cares about that hand? The hand doesn't even look bad, first of all. It looks great. Venom Chef Mario in the chat says hi to you. And this is just a beautiful, clean shot. So this is a perfect example of like being able to capture fireworks and the surroundings so well, because it's really hard to do all of that at the same time, because fireworks require lower light, but you need better light for photography, right? And you had the shutter speed that's just perfect to get these amazing streaks of the sparks shooting outwards. You know, it looks like a sea urchin or something, right? It's just really good. Krieg, this is super well done. Okay, Venom, come on. Come on, buddy. There he goes. So, come on. Excuse you. No, Venom. I'm sorry. This is if you watch videos and Venom is in it, the amount of like glamour that he is in the photos, the videos, that's just like really quick clips. It's usually him being an absolute menace and then deciding to be okay. You're just gonna stand back there, whatever, that's fine. Oh, go figure. Go. Thanks for the super chat, dude. It says catnip fund. This will definitely go towards the catnip or the treats or something for sure. It definitely will. You want to just stay right there, pal? Don't step on the keyboard. No, or the microphone. Okay. This can't happen. Here he is. It is Venom's channel, Stubbs. Yeah. But Krieg, really amazing shot, dude. Really, really amazing shot. So, yes, now I'm going to get into the Q&A. But first, the Q&A will first be consisting of from the members. So if you didn't know, I have a membership, YouTube membership here on here. It's kind of like a Patreon thing, but it's just here on YouTube, and it's $2 a month, and you get like emojis. So Nadia's over here using the Venom emojis. Dude, stop. Oh, God. No, okay, now he's pushing buttons. I think he farted too. Anyway. And so if you're interested, one of the perks also is you get any questions you want to have on for these, you get them first. Your question gets up first, which is really, really, I'm very, very grateful. Anyone who's a member, thank you guys so much. Sorry, I'm a little distracted. And so the first couple of questions are right here. So here we go. First question is from Toys with Tank. He says, would you recommend using 1/6 scale figures for photography? Venom, you are killing me right now. You stink too. Would you recommend using 1/6 scale figures? Yeah, I definitely. I mean, I don't shoot with 1/6 scale mostly just because I don't like shooting 1/6 as much. I prefer shooting 1/12 or something smaller, just because the bigger the figure is, the bigger environment you have to provide for it. The bigger you have to. Oh my God, Venom! This can't become a thing. You have to just. It just becomes a little bit more difficult in my opinion, because there's everything you need at the 1/12 scale. Now you need to be double the size or double the amount of it, because it's twice as big. So I just don't shoot it as much, but there's certainly benefits to it, because you usually get more detail. 1/6 scale figures just usually look better. They're more expensive. So yeah, I mean that's totally just up to preference. It's totally a preference thing. Krieg says, do you prefer mornings or evenings for toy photography? I really like the Dork cast and the toy hunts. Well, I'm very excited to hear that the Dork cast and toy hunts, you enjoy them, because they're both very new things. So I'm just happy to hear that they're enjoyable. So thank you for that feedback. That's really, really amazing to know. But well, first of all, mornings are hard because you got to get up early. But I think my favorite time to shoot is definitely, towards the end of the day, when you get that magic hour lighting. You can kind of get magic hour lighting in the morning too, but getting it in the evening is just is so great. It looks so good. But there are some locations that if I want to shoot and get good lighting, I have to do morning because of the way the sun will rise versus where it sets. So sometimes I have to just do it. That just depending on the location. So hope that answers the question, Greek. Come on, Venom. There you go. Sit down and get comfortable. Next question is from Gannon Buford. Hey, Gannon. Oh, Gannon. Is this a different account that you're using? Hey, Jared. Wanted to say hello and throw a question in the mix. What's the weirdest household item you've ever MacGyvered into a toy photo effect? That's kind of a fun. If you stay right there, that's a really great spot, Venom. That's fine. That's really good. I don't mind that at all. You're being really good. I don't know, weirdest thing. I've done the poop effect. Chef Mario says poop effect. But that's not really a household item. I guess it was frosting when I used that. I didn't use real poop. I have used like a remote control, like a TV remote. What else have I done? Using a sock for a cape? Maybe. I've used sock for a cape before. I don't know. I feel like the remote control might be that. I have to look back. If you would count the poop effect, yes. Even though it wasn't real poop. It was fake poop, I swear. Cereal. That's a lot of food. A lot of food items, but that's not super crazy. But that's a very fun question, man. Thanks for sending it in, dude, as always. Venom. If you push a button and you end the stream, I'm gonna be so mad. And last question is from It's David Stoker. David Stoker, thank you, dude. What's your biggest fear in terms of your work? He almost did change the stream. That cannot happen. What's your biggest fear in terms of your work? And do you ever not take photos because the figure is just plain trash? Well, I don't know. The only reason Toxin is not with me as much is just because Venom just decides to do this all the time. He just does whatever he wants. Biggest fear? Well, okay, my biggest fear is the security of my accounts, because I did have that one hack once, which, I have a huge fear and anxiety of that ever happening again, because one time I got hacked and I lost my Instagram and I almost lost my YouTube. So, obviously I've stepped up my security and password game substantially. So I don't think that will ever happen or could ever happen again. But that is a huge fear of mine. I'll always be afraid of that ever since. And I can't really play victim here, because I was the one that, I should have had more security. So that's my biggest fear for sure. And I guess my other biggest fear is now that my career is basically completely reliant on the demand for action figures. And if for some reason like action figures stop being like people stop caring about action figures, then people won't watch my videos anymore because you know people have to have interest in the figure in order to click on it and watch it. So that's but I think toys and collectibles will always be pretty relevant. Venom, come on, come down here, please. Thank you. And even if if I'm doing a video on a figure and I don't like the figure and I think it's just plain trash, I'll still go and shoot it because the whole point of the video is shooting and reviewing, go and take the photo anyway because that's part of the video. But yeah, I guess I'll have less inspiration if I'm not loving the figure as much, but I'll still do it. Krieg, I appreciate it. I appreciate it. Chef Mario, how did you get my password? Sirdork likes cheese. It's 123. It's pretty close, not gonna lie. You're almost pretty spot on. It's Sirdork likes butter. 123. But those are the last of the member questions. Thank you guys for sending them in. And remember, the questions don't necessarily have to be questions about me. Like, and I know that's great that I always answer them and they're fun, but they could just be topics like, hey, what do you think about this new figure? Or like, can you talk about this figure? Like, it doesn't have to be a question about that. It just can be anything you want me to talk about. It's just because I feel like questions about me are kind of boring, and people care about action figures and Spiderman, Maximum Hulk. So yeah, now I'm just gonna go and grab questions from the live chat. So if anyone has a question, throw it in there. And Go Figure Goes, he's got format down and everything. His question, : are you excited for the Mortal Kombat Collector's Game? It's the OG series, boosted graphics, PS5, Xbox, and Switch. Collector's Game? So like they're re-releasing like Mortal Kombat 1? I'm not really sure. And what's interesting about Mortal Kombat for me is I love Mortal Kombat and I've played almost every single one of the games. And I've had even since I was a kid, I had the Super Nintendo Mortal Kombat. But I get bored of the games very quickly. Like I'm like, okay, I've played, I did the campaign. I'm tired of just fighting and doing fatalities and X-ray moves. I get bored so quick. So, I don't know. I love Mortal Kombat, but I just don't enjoy the game so much. I just think the gameplay itself on a fighting game is the fun novelty of it doesn't last for me so much. David Stoker says, how do I get a Sirdork hat? Interesting. Well, I have had a store on my website for a while now where the hats are for sale. So it's on Sirdork.com. But what I would say is hold off if you're interested in that because I'm totally getting a new company that I'm going through. And this actually just came in the mail today. It's new from them and it's pretty good. So I'm just waiting to see how the photo poster prints look, and as long as those look good, I'm going to stick with that company and revamp the entire thing. But if you're going to the Toy Tuber Expo on Sunday, I will have some hats for sale at my table if you're interested. But if you really want, you can get one now, but the quality I think will be better from the new company that I'm going through, and I'll post about it soon. Yeah. Very exciting, and a bunch of new stuff too. Hats and shirts and all that good stuff. Toys with Tank says, "What's your favorite cheese?" Whoa, I guess it depends on what, but I like pepper jack. Definitely like jack cheeses. But then I'm like, well, for pizza, I like mozzarella. I like mozzarella too. Probably some type of jack, like Monterey Jack. I'm not a big sharp kind of cheddar kind of person. And Psylocke says, is there a new figure of me? Yes, there is a new Marvel Legends one of you with Thanos in a 2-pack. Let's see. Noob Retro says, what's the lineup for the next few shooting and reviewing videos? Well, great question. I actually have 2 coming out this weekend. One of them is on a new action figure accessory which is going to be a quicker video on Saturday. It's very cool. It's very, very cool. But on Sunday, I'm doing the Giganotosaurus, which is very, very fun. I'm very excited for that video. Next week, I'm going to be doing one on these new figure stands from Elevate Figure Displays, which that's very, very fun. And then also next week, I'm going to be doing the CT Toys Mafex Hush Batman bootleg. And then I don't know what I'm going to do the week after. So that's what I've got lined up so far. Idono says, what's your go-to review channel if you even watch reviews a lot? I don't really watch a lot of action figure YouTube. If I'm being completely honest, I don't. One of which is because my entire life is just toy and action figure related all the time. It's just toys, action figures all the time. Which is because I love it. But a lot of times if I'm consuming content, I want to watch other things. I don't want to do toys. But the three people I probably watch the most often is probably D Amazing. I mean, he's kind of the goat with that kind of thing. And I really like Nostalgia Unboxed. He's a really great guy. I think his videos are legitimately entertaining. Like, he's probably got some of the most entertaining videos. They're so fun to watch. So Nostalgia Unboxed. And I also like Rocco the Great. I like watching him. And I've met those guys in person. They're all great. I haven't met Nostalgia Unboxed yet, but they're all really great guys. John Wolf says, how do you stay motivated to shoot and edit pictures and videos? Do you have some days that you just leave it for the next day to finish? Was there a video or pic that took longer to finish than expected? One thing that makes it easy to stay motivated, like the thing that will make it easiest to stay motivated, is as long as you're doing something that you legitimately love, the motivation will be easy because you just enjoy it so much. I also have a really huge sense of pride for the things I create. Like, if I make a video, I'm usually very proud of it. I'm like, I'm really happy with this. It came out great. And that feeling when I finish one is also a great motivator. And plus, it's also my job, so I have to do more of it. And there's also an incentive as far as, just, making revenue. I know the more I put out and the better my stuff is, the better more people will watch and the more I'll get paid, and the easier it becomes to pay my bills, So there's a huge incentive there. And yes, definitely some videos and pictures definitely take longer than others, for sure. Like, some things are really easy for me that I've done a million times, like going outside and shooting. Like, that's relatively easy for me, but some things are really difficult. And so, like, usually videos that are with very complex figures with lots of accessories and stuff, those take longer than something like a dinosaur or a Godzilla. That's just like, it's just like one thing. Boom. But that's a really great question, John. Thanks for asking that. Let's see. Krieg says, could we get a photo you sell autographed? If you ever wanted one of those, which is very nice. Well, first of all, if you were to ever come to any of the shows that I attend or that I have, like a convention, I can sign it for you right there if you were interested, which is so funny to me. But you would have to ask for that specifically, because the posters I do sell come from a third-party printing service, and they'll just get printed and shipped to you. So I wouldn't be able to sign it. But if you ever really wanted something like that, I could get it done and I could sign it and ship it out to you myself. But you would have to specifically reach out about that, and I would love to do that. Sub at Pepe in Shark Gaming says, if you had a chance, would you make an action figure of your own, like Venom or Toxin, or even yourself? Well, I did make a figure of myself, but one time I did really think about something like that, and I thought it'd be cool. I would love to have, like, Venom and Toxin being these, like, humanoid type of action figures. And Toxin used to wear this big donut around his neck, and I thought that would be fun to do. And I would give Venom, like, his blue shirt that he wears sometimes. I think that would be fun. Yeah, definitely. I've thought about that before, but I don't really have the means of doing that or the money or anything, Runaway Bricks, you're asking a question I get very often, like almost every single day. But it's a good question. because it's very natural. Anyone would wonder. So it says, have you made a stop motion and what's it about? I've done stop motion one time. I did an ad for Walmart for Bluey, which is really cool. And if you Google or go on YouTube and type in Sirdork stop motion, it'll come up. And it was a really amazing opportunity, but I don't want to do it again because I just don't really enjoy it as much. I'm sure if I kept doing it, I would probably like it more. But I think I just like toy photography way more, and I would like to do that more. Even though, I mean, the stuff people do with stop motion is amazing. But I don't think I'm really super interested in doing it again, to be honest. Zach Y says Doomslayer. He's coming. Doomslayer's coming. I'm planning on doing it. I actually got a really interesting email from Bethesda about Doom yesterday. So I don't know what if that'll ever be anything, but if so, then I don't know. We'll see. Reyes says, what are your thoughts on toy photography without using editing software to stitch photos, remove sands, wires, etc.? I think it's awesome. I personally don't. I'm not really interested in that just because I think using Photoshop as a tool is like, that's what I need if I want to create the best, coolest looking thing. So, but at the same time, I don't want to edit too much because I do feel like I can lose some of that. But I like using Photoshop. I like being able to edit out stands because I think that is a tool that can help me create the best that I can create. But I do understand how there is a whole huge group of toy photographers that really enjoy the goal of, I want to take the coolest photo ever, but I want to do it with no editing because that's part of the craft. If I can set something up and shoot it as is, and make something awesome without needing any of that, that's what I want to do. And I think that's cool. That's like what the ACBA guys do. And I think that's awesome. And I think it just shows that different artists have different goals and what they would like to create, and I think that's cool. And I think it's awesome. It's just not something I'm interested in, but I still think it's really, really awesome. Ninjago Stuff says, are you into Lego? Not so much. As a kid, I really was a lot, but not so much anymore, to be honest. I have a huge appreciation for it, but yeah. Mohammed El Gamal. Hey, man, how's it going? Why did you stop doing crazy fire effects and firework photos more often? And you are going for much simpler shots and cool ideas. That's a really interesting question, and I'm surprised more people don't take note of that because that used to be all I did. Well, I don't. I sound like I wanted to specifically stop doing fireworks. But there was a time in which I felt very insecure about my photos, and I didn't want to do anything without doing fireworks because I thought nobody would like it because, oh, this doesn't have fireworks in it. It sucks. It's boring. I definitely had that kind of attitude for a while. But I think just, the fireworks I love doing, but if I have an idea for a photo of what I want to do, I'm just going to do that. And if that includes fireworks, then I'm going to use fireworks. But if it doesn't, then I'm not going to include them. It just... it's no longer a necessity for me to include them. I just, I have an idea and I want to execute that. And whatever I need for it, I will add it in. And if that's fireworks, then it's fireworks. But if it's not, it's not. I guess that's just the way, and the way everybody is. Like you start out really doing something and you kind of grow and you learn more and you improve skills elsewhere. And so you change, And so I think that's probably just like that. But I still love fireworks. I went out and I spent a lot of money on fireworks recently. So don't worry. Don't you worry. This is from Sub 10 Dreams. Question: hey Jared, I'm a big fan and I'm also a new collector. So any recommendations for action figures? I want your opinion. So please see this. So anytime anyone asks me like, oh, what type of figure should I get? The answer is easy. It's just, I don't know, whatever you think is the coolest. That's what I do. So it just depends on what you're into. Like if you like Marvel, then check out some Marvel Legends. If you like Star Wars, check out Black Series. So it really depends on what you like. But yeah, it depends on what you like. And I'm looking at your trying to get a sense of what you like based off of your picture, and I have no idea what the heck your picture even is. Okay, well, what I would first do, sub 10 dreams, hopefully if you live, in the US or something. And if you do live in the United States, head to Target, go to Walmart, go to GameStop, and just look at the figures that are out there. And just see what you like. Because those are all the figures that are being sold there are the typical kinds of things that you'll probably find more with toy photography and current collecting. So just take a look at those. Take a look at those for sure. But I would say too, throw in the live chat for sub 10 dreams and give them some recommendations on some action figures. Rich C says, yo, what's up? I'm new to your channel, but since I've come across your channel a couple of weeks ago, you've easily become one of my favorite figure collectors. Well, Rich, that means so much. Thank you very much. I really appreciate that so much. That's really cool. Thanks for watching. Oh, Sub Peep says, what's your least favorite photo of this year? My least favorite photo? I don't know. I think one of my favorite photos is the recent one I did with Superman with my fist punching. And actually that photo is going to be in like a YouTube 20th anniversary book that they're doing. They reached out and they said, hey, we want to put this in the book. And I'm like, yeah, that's so cool. So I don't know when or what's going on with that, but that's really cool. Least favorite? Least favorite. There's definitely have been a couple that I haven't really liked very much. And it's funny because I will initially not really like them at all. And then I'll go back and I'll be like, oh, you know what? I actually really like this. And like, or I'll get a really, really great response on Instagram or something. And people will really, I don't know, it'll make me feel good about it. And to be honest, I didn't really love the Anakin versus Obi-Wan one I just did recently. I thought that was pretty subpar. I feel like I could have done better. I don't know. But yeah, I guess that's what I'm thinking. Let's see. I'm going. And Runaway Bricks, thank you for answering my favorite figure question for me. You have to do a Venom and Toxin stuffed toy. I'm actually planning on that, Mom. I'm planning on it. Zach Y says, how was your experience been with the toy hunt videos as far as filming? And have you had any interesting experiences from other people while you're filming? So far, I haven't had anyone at all even give a crap about the fact that I'm filming in store. The only time I ever specifically asked was when I went to a local small shop. And I said, hey, I'm film, like I have a YouTube channel. Do you mind if I just like film inside of the store? And he was like, yeah, sure. Sorry about the mess. Said, don't mind the mess. That's all he said. But yeah, I don't think people like one thing that I've learned, and this goes for anybody, whether you're just going out in person and you're worried about what you're wearing or looking good. Everybody is so worried and concerned about what they're doing in their life that they don't give a poop about anybody else. Just think about the last time you went to Walmart. Can you remember anybody that you saw there or the store? Like, can you remember anybody specifically? Probably not, because who cares? You're just worried about your own day. And that's usually really the case with, like, if I'm going out and I'm filming and I'm like talking into my phone like an idiot, like filming action figures, nobody gives a crap. They're just shopping, doing their own thing. Who knows? I could be on a FaceTime call, or I could be just talking to myself. They don't care. Nobody gives a crap about anybody but themselves. And that's not a bad thing. I'm just saying, like, people just care about their own thing. So if you ever feel like kind of insecure or worried about doing something in public because you're worried about what other people are going to react, nobody cares. Nobody cares about me. Nobody cares. They just care about what they're doing. So just like whatever. The one thing that's very cool though that hasn't been anything directly but I've been getting a lot of messages from people who live near me, and they're like, "Oh, I live near here too, and it's so cool to see that you're doing shopping at my stores. And some people have been very helpful. I'm like, hey, I saw this at this store. Like, go for it. I'm like, oh, that, and it's been very helpful. So anyone who lives near me and that's been doing that, there's one guy, I can't remember his account name, but he's been very helpful. Actually, he's been like, oh, I found this at Latham. This is at the Glenville. It's crazy. Lucian says, I have a question. Have you put more thought into making a photo with your statue? No, Lucian, I haven't. Not so much because it's hard. All of my effort goes into the YouTube videos. And so I usually revolve my photos around the videos. And so I'm not going to be doing a video on that statue anytime soon. So I haven't really thought about it. But I do. And TWC, yes, this is the Q&A here. There we go. So eventually, yes. Oh no. Oh wow, I think I just lost my spot here. Calling the YouTuber says, do you consider I should get the new Red Hulk figure because most Marvel Legends Hulks are too expensive, but the cheapest is Red Hulk at $36. I think it's good. Yeah, I think the most recent Red Hulk is really good. I thought it was kind of fun actually. So, yeah, I would recommend it for sure. Domesticated Caveman. I ran into the same problem with the weak crackling balls recently. Yeah, they all suck now. What the heck is going on? All the crackling ball fireworks stink. It's as if they found a cheaper way to do it, and they're just doing that. That must be it. That's got to be it. Oh, well. Sub Pepe says, favorite movie and music artist. My favorite movie is either Batman vs. Superman or Star Wars The Phantom Menace. My favorite music artist, usually I say it's August Burns Red, but I've been really listening to the new Born of Osiris album. If anyone knows who I'm talking about, great. These are metalcore bands from the 2010s, But August Burns Red or Born of Osiris for sure. The new Born of Osiris album's incredible. And Domesticated Caveman, Sleep Token, they're okay. I mean, I think I've listened to them and I think they're pretty fun. But it's a little bit. I'm very specific with what I care about. It's got to be like the exact bands that I listened to 15 years ago. But that's just whatever. Let's see. Jack, one up. How did you start to enjoy doing toy photography? My answer to this is the same as anybody else. I just saw some people doing it on Instagram and I was inspired. And I was like, that looks cool. I want to try. And that's it. I just gave it a shot. That's how easy it is, to get into it, right? So easy. LTR Studio says, are you going to get the CT Toys Ancient Venom knockoff? I don't think so. I'll probably only stick to the newer CT Toys that are coming out. Excuse me, just so I can stay up to date with the newer things. And that's usually what I got to stay with as far as making the videos. But I'm definitely going to be getting more of the CT Toys, but probably not the Agent Venom, even though I really do like that character. I think Agent Venom is awesome. Runaway Brick says, Walmart always hate when people film in them. I don't know why. Really, I've never had an experience of anyone stopping me filming, but technically, Walmart, all these places are private property. It's a private facility. It's not public property. So if somebody doesn't want to film on private property, they can either tell me to stop or they can kick me out for trespassing. So that's fair. If someone came to my house and started filming and I said, please don't film, I would tell them to get out of here because it's my house. Yeah, it's all private property. It turns out, another hunter in upstate New York. Really? Toy hunter? Domesticated Caveman? Interesting. Okay. Vicious Soldier. This is a great example. 100%. Just like when you go to the gym, everyone worries about them putting their workouts in. Yeah, like if someone's ever filming at the gym, it's private property. And the thing that's different about the gym is, I guess, more people are kind of filming themselves, and they don't really want to be in the footage, which is fair, So, yeah. Runaway Brick says, I never really feel insecure, but I just get anxious around a lot of people. I don't know why. That's fair. When there's a lot of people, I don't blame you. Don't blame you at all. Go Figure Go says, question, what song do you quote the most? What song? Like, what song gets stuck in my head and I'm singing a lot? That's a good question. I'll have to come back to you on that. I feel like somebody else would have to answer that for you. Like, what do you hear me singing the most? No, the domesticated caveman. So, the statue that Lucian is talking about is I have this statue of the Superman in Heroes Park, like from Batman versus Superman. It's like a statue of the same statue from the movie. Runaway Brick says, do you like pancakes? Yeah, definitely. I like waffles more. And I don't really put a lot of syrup on. I just load it up with butter. That's all I want. Okay, here's my question from TWC Twin Wrestling. Do your viewers ever make you mad? Like HPO guy, that one spamming, yeah, or something. No, they don't. I mean, they don't ever make me mad. A lot of times, I mean, anytime you're posting on the internet, you're literally putting yourself out to everybody. And if you're not conscious of that, you need to think again. And remember, you're putting something out there for anyone to see, and anybody can say whatever they want. And if they want to say it, they will say it. And sometimes it has nothing to do with you. It's usually most time in them inside. Every once in a while, I'll get a comment that will irk me. And even though I'm like, why am I getting irked about what this person said? This is just one person saying something stupid, And last time I got frustrated. Let's see, the last two comments, someone said, like, I did. It was about the Superman movie, and I was like, I love the Superman movie, and it took me a little bit to get into it, but I loved the movie so much because it was different than what I'm used to, or it was different than any other Superman movie. It took me a sec to love it, but I eventually loved it. And they're like, you must know nothing about Superman to think that Superman is not usually happy and joyful. I'm like, well, I didn't say that, but whatever. And for some reason that like got me, and I kept thinking about it. And then another comment that kept coming back to me that I kept thinking about was someone said, imagine only responding to comments that support you. And like for some reason there are a bunch of comments like disagreeing with me, and I was commenting back more to the people that were saying like, love the photo, great video, and I said thanks. And I'm thinking, well, okay, well, first of all, that's not true. I respond to a lot of things, but second of all, would you prefer me to just go and argue with people that are arguing? Like, I've already put my argument in the video. Do you want me to just further argue with people in the comments? First of all, that sounds pretty immature, and it's fine that they say that, but I'm not going to like argue. I just was, and for some reason that like made me mad. And I was like, what? And I just left it. I didn't respond to it. I just left it there. That's always the best way to go. Just don't respond. Stubbs, do you ever get to shoot for yourself anymore, or are they all for YouTube stuff now? Well, I mean, they're all still shooting for myself. I mean, this is all 100% my choice and my decision. So it's never like, oh man, I can't ever shoot for myself anymore. Boo-hoo. Like, for me to be whining and complaining about that, I'd be the biggest spoiled brat ever. So I'm very happy to be doing what I am doing. Very, very happy. And if I certainly could find the time, there are a couple photos that I really wanted to do that were not with any new YouTube stuff. And every so often, yeah, I'll still be able to do it, but not so much anymore, just because I'm focused on the YouTube stuff. But yeah, there's definitely some time in there that I could probably squeeze in if I really wanted to. But a lot of times, like when I'm done for the day, I'm like, I just want to kick back and do something else, You know what I mean? Okay, let's see. Adono says, "Did you try customizing figures?" Yeah, I every so often I'll do it. I actually have a whole playlist of action figure customization videos. If you're interested, for sure. Let's see. I want to make sure I get as many as I can. Jack One Up says, "What's your go-to store when looking for action figures?" I honestly, I GameStop, Target, and Walmart are the go-to stores for me. I don't have a whole lot of like smaller shops around me that I really like to go to. There's a few good ones for sure that I will go to. But yeah, just the Targets and the Walmarts, really. Actually, GameStop is becoming like the best one, you know. But I don't know. I'm really enjoying the toy hunt, to be honest. Like it's very, very fun. Domesticated caveman. I mean, does Venom make you mad? No, but that tail under your nose. Oh, the tail under your nose gets a little irritating the 10th time. I don't know what, he's in a little ball right there. I don't know if you can really see him. It's because of there he is. But today, for whatever reason, he has not been able to leave me alone. He's just like my shadow everywhere I go, which is so cute. Samuel Christensen says, "What material do you recommend to make custom figures such as Mando?" To make custom figures such as Mando, what material? I don't really know what you mean. Like for a custom cape, like a custom cape for Mando, you can use any material. Like honestly, like most time if I'm making a cape, I will just go and grab an old T-shirt or a sock. I'm not even joking. I've used old socks many times. Just old like T-shirts, really. But if you ever go to like Joann's Crafts and you look at the fabric section, you'll find some really fun stuff there. But I'm not sure if you if that's what you mean or not by that question. Domesticated Caveman says, "I just completely ignore the people who are trying to push buttons." Yeah, if you ever get negative comments, the stronger thing to do is to leave them alone. If you respond to them, you're basically showing them that, like, you know what, your horrible comment that you left, that affected me, and I'm responding to you because I'm affected by you. You got me. But if you just leave it there and let it rot, you're showing them that you don't care, and your comment is lesser than you. Their comment's lesser than you, and you don't care. It's like, why would I care? Like, I like using this analogy. It's like if one of Venom's turds walked out of the litter box and said, "You're stupid, Sirdork, you suck," would that hurt my feelings? No, because it's a turd. That turd has no credibility. Why do I care about what this turd is saying? It's literally a turd. He has no credibility. So it's like, why would some turd's opinion bother me? You know? Think about it that way. Vicious Soldier says, "Do you collect tattoos or do you have more of a selective choice?" I haven't gotten a tattoo in a really long time, but I kind of just like, I have very specific plans that I would like to get, and then they're usually just bigger things. I don't want to get one little thing here, one little thing here. I'd rather just plan one thing for my whole arm, and then that's that. But that makes it expensive. Venom. So it's been. Stop it. No, I don't know what he just did. He's opening up tabs. Rook Skyblocker says, "Sirdork, hey, welcome." Domesticated Caveman says, "Robo does a good job with customizing in a way that isn't out of reach for people." Yeah, Robo is he's really cool. I really like him. I met him once, and he's so kind, super kind, and he just does great work. And he's also really humble. I remember him saying something like, "The stuff you do with the photography is, I don't even know the first thing about that. You're just so good." And I was like, no, clearly you understand angles and lighting, and for you to create the video content that you do, clearly you have a good understanding of it. So you're being very nice by saying that, but no, Zach Y says, Jared, have you been to Upstate Collectibles in Amsterdam? No, I didn't know that existed. I've been meaning to go over past Amsterdam for a toy hunt. And I'll have to stop there. Upstate Collectibles. Okay, that's good to know, Zach. Thanks for. Could you hear him? David Stoker says, question: as a collector, are there hard to get figures you go after, like high priced? A lot of the figures. Well, first off, I'll say I'm very fortunate to be in a position where if an action figure comes out and I want it, I will be able to either buy it or with the channel and stuff I have, I can very often get things for free if I, in exchange for a video or something. Venom is being a real jerk right now. So if there's ever something that I really want, I'll get a hold of it for sure. But there's definitely some older figures that I would like to get that are hard to get that I just can't justify the aftermarket prices for. Like the Figma Red figure from Pokemon. I have that figure and I got it years ago, but I broke it. And I really want a new one, but it's like $300. I'm like, I'm not paying that much. I'm not paying that much. There's no way. So sometimes I'll go to a convention and like hope I find a loose one or something that's really good. So haven't gotten that yet. Have not gotten that yet. Venom was saving up a stash of catnip and decided to use it today. Probably. I don't know what he's doing today. No, you did not stir me up. But every once in a while, you'll trigger something that's actually what I'll use this Dork cast for, is to just rant on sometimes. Jedi Master J says, what's your favorite music genre? I definitely am more likely to be listening to so if I were to say like metalcore or screamo or something, that is that's a very specific subgenre of like the metalcore, hardcore kind of stuff. So like the bands that I loved are the Devil Wears Prada, August Burns Red, and like I said, Born of Osiris, For Today. Those were all bands that I really loved, and I still am a fan of those guys. And a lot of those bands have either stopped making music or they don't really make it the same way anymore because that genre is just kind of evolved. But very few of them still do the same way. So August Burns Red and Born of Osiris are two perfect examples of like they still make music and it's just like the way they used to. And I love that. Adona said, so you said you like Mortal Kombat. I like to ask what your favorite character is and why. Man, I just like the classic ninjas. The classic ninjas are so iconic looking, and all of them, Scorpion and Sub-Zero, probably those two, but Reptile. But I also really liked playing as Raiden for a while. I liked to play as, I actually really liked to play as Melina for a while too. But yeah, just the main classic characters really get me for sure. Post Plastics, been following you for a while. Just here to tell you you're doing a great job. Hey, thanks. I appreciate that. It's amazing how far a good job will go. If you just say to someone, you know what, good job, you're doing great. That sometimes is just all they need to get through the end of the day. Sometimes if I'm ever at like a store or something, and like clearly the person working, the cashier, is very stressed because it's just like, you're doing a great job, just so you know. And like I always hope that hopefully that's enough to get them through the rest of the day. My mom says Grogu in Japan. Yes, when I went to Japan. This was one that I wish I got, but when I went to Japan, I really wanted to get the Star Wars Celebration Hot Toys Grogu, and he was sold out by the time I got there. But he was up for pre-order anyway, so I did pre-order him on Sideshow. So that's good. That's good. Are you going to sell your second SDZ Revenge of the Sith set? No. I'm going to just keep it forever in the box because there are some things that I just really like in the package because I think it looks cool in the package. And I also want to take it out, but I'm like, can I just have two so I can keep one in and one out, But no, I'm definitely not planning on flipping that. I'm so not interested in selling action figures for a profit. It's so, first of all, the amount of time it takes to buy a new figure, sell it, and you make like an extra $15 for, that's not worth my time for how much money I'm going to make off of that. And I could just leave it there for someone else to get. It's just the people that buy so many of them and sell them. It's like, what's the point? You're making no money for the amount of time you're spending. Anyway, Zach says, yes, sir. I have been there a few times, and it's a decent store. They have a little bit of everything. I'm not trying to plug their store, but you mentioned shops and maybe think, okay, I'm going to go. The Upstate Collectibles in Amsterdam. Cool. I'm definitely going to go to that. That sounds really good. Abership says, Slipknot? Yeah, Slipknot is actually kind of around that genre, but still a little different than them. A little bit different. What's your favorite custom, Sirdork? My favorite custom I've ever done? I don't know. I have a really cool custom zombie stormtrooper that I've taken some photos of. That might be my favorite. That might be my favorite. Let's see. Toy Story says, yo, Runaway Bricks, I kind of just was talking about that with scalpers. It's stupid. I honestly, I don't understand it, because the people that do scalp and stuff, they spend so much time making little $0. Like, there's so many other ways to be spending your time to make more money. Like, if you're just looking to make money, there's so many more ways to spend your time to make more money than just making life difficult for others that are like-minded to you, that also enjoy the same things you're doing. So just leave them there and go get it. Do some Uber driving if you're looking for extra cash. Like, I don't know. So weird. You were explaining the deposits on pre-orders earlier. That kills scalpers. Love it. Yeah, that's actually great. Does it kill the scalpers? Does it? Maybe it does. Because you have to pay some up front. Yeah, I guess it would. I mean, it's really just for anyone who's really serious about buying something. If you want to do it, you'll put down a deposit and get it. Runaway Brick says, do you like R&B? If so, what's your favorite? I mean, not crazy. Like, if something comes up on the radio that I've known, I don't even listen to the radio. What am I talking about? There's plenty of popular music that I'll know. If it's like a popular song, then I know it. Then I'll probably bop along to it, sing along, but not so much. All right, I think I'm going to answer just a couple more questions, then I'm going to call it. That's, I think, what the plan is. Sarah MG says, the weirdest action figure you got. Let's see. There's some weird ones. Some of the Furay toys are pretty weird. What are some weird ones? What are some of the weird ones? I don't know, to be honest. A lot of the third-party stuff is pretty weird. That's a really great question. Now I'm gonna have to look up and see what's the weirdest thing. Chef Mario says, do you like cheese? LOL. Also, would you like a 1v1 in Mortal Kombat? Whoever loses owes the other rare cool action figure. No, I would lose, first of all. I think if I were to, like, the only thing that would get me into Mortal Kombat is what would probably make Mortal Kombat fans really mad, is if they changed the genre. I like the world and I like the characters, but I get bored of the fighting game. Like, if they made an RPG where I play as, like, Liu Kang and I'm running around and I have to go to the Nether Realm and I have to fight this people and this or something, like that sounds fun because I like the world. But the fighting game aspect, nah. Jeff Master J says, I'm definitely going to listen to Devil Wears Prada later. I forgot the other two bands. Okay, if you want to listen to this Devil Wears Prada, listen to Zombie. There's an EP. It was like 4 or 5 songs called Zombie, and it's when zombies were like really popular. It's from like 2011 or something. That's the peak Devil Wears Prada right there. Zombie, so good. Did you like the X Horror trilogy? Just watched it for the first time. X Horror? I don't think I know. I don't think X Horror. I don't know. He loves J-Lo rom-coms too, I heard. Yeah, I don't mind rom-coms at all. When's the last time a J-Lo rom-com has come out? Like Made in Manhattan, right? That's one. Knock just says, do you wear wigs? When will you wear wigs? Is that what you're referring to? The Elijah Wood interview thing? Excited for Mondo Superman. Yeah, the animated series. I definitely want to pick him up. Yeah. I want Mondo to do Doomslayer from Dark Ages. What's going on with that? Not just as Shaolin Monks. Yes, I remember when that game came out. That was very exciting to me, and I really liked that. I don't think it was much of a hit, though, so I don't think they'll ever do it again. I did play Battlefront 2, Runaway Bricks, when it was out, but not anymore. I kind of got all set with that. Let's see. This is Soldier says, yeah, fighting game is hard for it to be humongous like GTA because you're always needing to go against people. Yeah, I agree. Yeah. All right. Well, thank you so much, everyone, for being here and watching and throwing stuff in the live chat. I appreciate it so much. Seriously, I'm gonna actually go through and download this and put it up onto Spotify right away because I'm always forgetting about that. So don't worry, I'm gonna do that. But everyone, thank you again. Have a wonderful, wonderful weekend. If I see you at Toy Tuber, I hope I see you at the Toy Tuber convention if anyone lives nearby. But have a wonderful, wonderful weekend, everyone. See ya. Bye-bye.